Big weekend in Sylacauga as the city letter carriers with the post office got their annual food drive going on. And joining us this morning is April McNeal from the Postal Service here in Sylacauga and Linda Jones from the Alabama Childhood Food. And ladies, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us this morning. April, tell us a little bit about what's going to be happening Saturday.
Well, it's our 25th annual National Letter Carriers Food Drive. We basically come to your mailbox, pick up some non-perishable items, and we deliver it to a local food bank. And in this case, it's Alabama Childhood Food Solutions.
Mm-hmm. Now,
it's a very simple process.
Are y'all putting bags in their mailboxes again this year?
This year, unfortunately, we did not have the funding for the bags. So this year, everybody's getting a postcard to remind them of it. Put them in a Walmart sack, whatever you have. We'll take it any way we can get it.
Now, throughout Sylacauga and the country, this will be happening Saturday.
Right. It's the biggest one-day national food drive that exists.
Now, y'all been doing that a long time, too.
25 years.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, good luck with that. Linda Jones with Alabama Childhood Food. And this is the second or third year, Linda, that you guys have been involved with this.
This will be our third year, and we're excited about getting it because so many people are benefited by this right here in our town.
So why did you guys start Alabama Childhood Food to begin with?
Well, many years ago, Jim was a nurse anesthetist. I was a surgical nurse, and we went all over the world doing evangelism and medical surgery and stuff like that. And everywhere we went, we saw hungry people. And we tried to feed them over there, different things, beans and rice and that sort of thing. But when we came back home on our last mission trip from Africa, it was just like the Lord hit us right in the face. Well, you have hungry people right here, right around you, right in our backyard. And we said, well, maybe that's what He wants us to do, not go overseas, but be right here. And for a long time, we fought it. We said, no, that's not what we want to do, but He wouldn't leave us alone. And that's what, after a year, I think about a year, we kept saying, no, God, we can't do this. Because we didn't think we had the money to do it, or we had the time and the effort. Jim was retiring, I was retired, and we made a conscious decision between us. All right, Lord, if this is what you want us to do, we'll do it. We won't travel, we'll just give up our time, we'll do whatever you want us to do. And once we made that decision, it was like a load had been lifted off of us. We decided that's what we were going to do. And we started with $40 with 40 bags in the back of our pickup truck and started handing them out to kids. And then Karen Elliston was with the superintendent board, school board, and asked us to come to a meeting. And we went to one meeting, and the teacher found out what we were doing. They said, oh, I have 10 kids. Oh, I have 15 kids. Oh, I have 20. And they were helping these kids out of their own pockets, and that was hurting them, So that day they took all 40 bags, and since then they started calling us saying, we need so many bags, we need so many bags. And it has grown tremendously since then. April,
that's got to put a spring in your step for Saturday, doesn't it?
It does. Well, you just have to realize in our area, I know in the city system, I think 70% of the children are at poverty level. So, when you're dealing with those kind of numbers, there are a lot of hungry kids. A lot of kids that, are not as fortunate as ours that know they can go home and have a meal. I've heard stories from teachers where they've said, we've caught children sneaking other kids' snacks in the bathroom, these are things that you don't realize happen as a parent. And
so what type food can we give on this food drive?
Well, non-perishables include so many things. Canned goods, pastas, canned meats. Just the biggest thing is we ask for you not to put glass items out there because they have a chance of getting broken and, danger to people that are handling.
We have food in our home that we certainly could give to a drive like this, and when the mail carrier comes on Saturday, we need to be ready to give.
Absolutely. We would love to have any offering that you have for us.
Linda Jones is here with us too from Alabama Childhood Food. 12,500 pounds of food was collected just last year.
Right, last year. And it lasted us probably about 4 months with all that we supplemented it with. So we were just thrilled to do that. We had lots of volunteers to go through it and make sure everything was updated, you know, and all that sort of stuff. And we just, it means a lot to us and the people here in Sylacauga.
Who's hungry in Sylacauga?
Well, you would be surprised. And I would ask that if anybody would like to know, just come by and see us sometimes and work with us and see how many people are right here in Sylacauga and the surrounding areas, all in Talladega. We serve Talladega, Coosa, Randolph, and Calhoun, and part of Shelby counties as far as the children. But far as in hunger, where we feed the families, we're feeding 655 families once a month. And they come from right here in Talladega County.
That's huge.
And it's huge. It is huge.
Wow. April McNeal with the United States Postal Service and locally here in Sylacauga. How many carriers in Sylacauga are involved in this weekend? Any idea?
I've never thought about it. Well, all of our rural carriers participate also, and the city carriers. Plus, you can even leave donations at the front of the office. So you can come in the front if you don't want to leave it out by your mailbox and you want to bring it in. They will be glad to take donations up front also.
So when this food is collected, these non-perishable food items, and the mail carriers bring it in, what's the next step?
Well, lucky for us, they are the most organized group of people you've ever met. They have trucks and people on standby ready to take these donations straight to where they need to go. So they're a great group of people to work with.
That's fantastic. April McNeal from the United States Postal Service here in Sylacauga, and Linda Jones from Alabama Childhood Food with us this morning. Linda, break it down a little bit more about how we're feeding the hungry here. I know that 12,500 pounds of food collected last year, and the numbers say 225 grocery baskets full of food. Right. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, isn't it?
That is just the tip of the iceberg. I think we looked it up the other night, and we have received about 1 million pounds of food from the food bank in Birmingham. That's on top of what we get from them. And then we have food drives all throughout the year to be able to get enough food into our warehouse. And our warehouse is located on 114 Canyon Ridge Road, Sylacauga. That's right in front of Knowood Church and School right there.
I went in that freezer
just
a few months ago. Man, it'll cool you down in a hurry.
It is. We go to, we what we call gleam food from 5 grocery stores that the food bank gives us. We get from Walmart in Chelsea. We get Winn-Dixie in Chelsea, Winn-Dixie in Childersburg. We get Sprouts and Publix in Chelsea. Now, the Winn-Dixie is closing here in Childersburg, which we're going to miss them very much. They've been a big help to us. But the food bank is already looking for other stores for us to be able to pick up at.
I guess you can use some volunteers too, couldn't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. We work every day but Tuesday at the warehouse, and on the weekends. We go Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And if anybody wants to volunteer from 9 to 12 is usually our hours that we're working there. And we have food trucks coming in every day that we take the food off the trucks, and we have to sort it and put it up either in the cooler or the freezer or on the shelves.
If people would like to contribute to the cause as far as Alabama Childhood Food is concerned, how can they do that?
Well, they can go online and look at our webpage, which is www.alabamachildhoodfood.com, or they can send a check to Alabama Childhood Food, 205 Old Home Place, Alpine, Alabama, 35014. and or call us. We would, just call us and tell us. And we have PayPal that you can go online also and donate to us. Wow.
Well, the big day here is Saturday, and April, all hands on deck Saturday, huh?
Absolutely. We're ready for anything you guys have to throw at us. Well, maybe don't throw a can, but we're excited about it. It's a great cause. It makes us all feel very good about helping an organization as good as this one. So
you and your family are involved in school in Sylacauga, and you see that need firsthand as well.
You do. You don't realize your children's friends are some of the ones that we're talking about, and while we don't understand exactly what it's like, I can't imagine my child coming home and me not knowing what I'm going to feed them. Yeah. I mean, that's something no parent should have to wonder about when you have to decide whether you're going to pay rent or feed your family.
Right.
Nobody should ever have to make that decision.
In America, that should never happen.
It should never happen, but we have so many people that fall in that crack that you don't make a small enough amount of money to get the help, and you make too, you're just...
It's a catch-22
It's a catch-20. Yeah. There's a lot of people that fall in that crack, and I think we all have a responsibility to help.
So what do we need to do Saturday?
Saturday, May the 13th, y'all. Remember to put that food by your mailbox, anywhere around it. We'll find it, we'll pick it up, and we'll take it to these wonderful people at Alabama Childhood Food Solutions.
All right. Thank you both for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Happy Mother's Day to both.
Thank you.
And appreciate you guys being with us this morning. April McNeal from the local post office here in Sylacauga, and Linda Jones from Alabama Childhood Food. We've got more Daybreak just ahead. Don't go away.